Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure for me to be the speaker at this time. As far as I'm the Deputy CEO for the IRC, International Integrated Reporting Council, and I was very pleased this morning because the Council make the final approval to the framework which will be available for the global companies across the globe with an effect, operational effect, as of January 1st, 2014. So it will be seen in the business community and the investors community as a sort of revolution, if I can use the words used yesterday night during a reception by the Lord Mayor of the city. She used herself the wording revolution. So I have now the pleasure to give you some perspective about what could be the integrated reporting journey within the public sector. So let me start to say that in comparison with what I heard in the previous roundtable, the key element in order to implement a new communication concern is the stability concept. The stability concept has been used by during the previous roundtable in order to explain that in the public sectors there is a tremendous need in order to have a reliable and robust financial reporting process. That means financial and accounting robust principles, but also skills beyond and capacity in order to make the information reliable once again. So in addition to that, and as far as the integrated reporting concept should be discussed, the key element for us is the transparency concept. The transparency concept means that at the stage where we are, in other words, in the information age where we are, we need to be fully transparent on everything a decision maker do. That means, in other words, to take into account all the expectations from the stakeholders, and as mentioned before, in the public sector, there is even more stakeholders than in the private sectors. And we have to take into account, as said before, and to be accountable of what we do. Okay? It is a concept of transparency in both sides. Take into account and giving account of what we do. Okay? It is the first characteristic of the integrated report. The demand for more disclosure is increasing across the globe. The second comment I would say is, if we want to be useful when you communicate something, you have to be concise. If you listen to the lot of information produced either by the private sector or the public sector, there are too many information. The volume of information is high, and also the complexity of reading is high. Let me just comment on an accounting principle. If you are familiar with the private sector standards, IFRS, as far as the IFRS are somewhere, even sometimes, what we use in France, counterintuitive. That means they are not understandable in the first momentum. So we have to explain and explain and explain. That's the reason why, if you listen to the annual report of companies, they are huge. And I'm afraid for the state or for the public sector, in some geography, it is the same. Let me comment rapidly the case of the French public management reporting system. Maybe you are not familiar with this, but in France from 2001, there is an obligation, effective 2006, from 2006, to publish, together with the budgeting process, a set of accounting figures, first of all, based on an accrued basis, but also to explain the objectives of the public policies, policy by policy, that we call activity report, planned activity report. So we have the objectives, and we have, together with the objectives, a set of KPI explaining from a citizen point of view, from a taxpayer point of view, and for a user point of view, what are the expectations and how can be measured the public policy deployment. That means that at the end of the day, when you listen to the budget process in France, you have a lot of information regarding financial reporting and a lot of information regarding the budgeting and beyond the budgeting, what is the strategy of the government. That means that at the end of the day, even at the parliament level, very few people read this documentation. So we have the same findings in the public sectors and in the private sector. The information produced is too high. And at the end of the third element I want to mention quickly is as far as the business community is convinced that they have now, because the world has changed, they have now to report on many issues in order to give a flavor, an holistic flavor of what are the output, the outcomes of their policy, of their business model. There is no reason why not adopting the same mindset, the same behavior, the same thinking in the public sector. As mentioned before, I am an academic myself, part of my time, and I try to learn public management in the Paris University. And my first lesson is about the differences between public and private sectors. And the huge difference is the final goal, the objectives. In the private sector, the first objective, anywhere the other concerns, are to make profit. Because if you don't make profit, you can't develop any social matters, any environmental improvement, any research, innovation, etc. So the first is the profit generation. In the public sector, it's another issue. It's another issue. You have first of all to agree on objectives, to dedicate acceptable means, I mean in other words taxes, in order to finance the policy you agreed on, and to measure the result. So that means you have no the bottom line objective, you are a sort of triangle between objectives, means, and result. But that said, in terms of techniques of management, in terms of spirit of reporting, in terms of behavior of dialogue and communication, there is no reason why to make an opposition between the private and the public sector. So it makes sense for us at the ARC Council to think about, maybe in the middle term perspective. Why I say that? Because I do think, to be a little bit engaged with the financial reporting, that the priority obviously is to consolidate